Okay, so good morning everyone. So I believe that all of you guys are already stay and in United States. Okay, all of you maybe already stay in your home. Okay, so this is gonna be the first video clips for our online class. Okay, so I try to record the video clips right like this every Wednesday. Okay, and I'm gonna email it to you once a week. Okay, so as you know, we have a COVID virus spread out, and yeah, our class have to be moved online, so everything should be all right. Okay, so our class, okay, my teaching is gonna be the same just like before, just changing from the class into the YouTube. Okay, so everything is exactly the same. Okay, so every class, every week, every video clips, I'm gonna give you one homework. Okay, should be easy for you. Okay, just review something, okay, and submit it to my email just like before. Everything is gonna be exactly the same, and the final exam is gonna be just like your midterm exam, but this time you can do it at home. Okay, I'm gonna give you take home exam. Okay, take home exam, and then you can write it down and then scan it and give it back to me by email. Okay, so I hope that everything is gonna be fine. Okay, so last time, the previous class, I didn't come to the class, and I asked one of my PhD advisee, okay, one of my PhD student, to open a very good documentary. Okay, the name is Prince of Yen. Okay, and everyone already watched this documentary, and I give you some short question, some quiz for you after that. So then this class, this week, okay, this time I gonna review, okay, what it's all about, okay, on the documentary Prince of Yen. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about the detail in that documentary, what they talk about, okay, and what does it mean. Okay, so I hope that you're gonna interesting about it. So the documentary, okay, Prince of Yen, is gonna be really nice story about Japan economy. So you're gonna learn a lot. Okay, it's how to say, you watch only one times, it's not enough. Okay, you watch only one time in the class is not enough. So after this class, after you watch my YouTube clips, this one, okay, after I explain it to you in some point, okay, I highly recommend you to go back and watch the documentary Prince of Yen again. Okay, at least one to two more times. Okay, in order to clearly understand what happened in Japan during after World War II, 1980s, 1990, and 2000. Okay, it's really interesting. You're gonna learn a lot. Okay, and if you want to, okay, read more, okay, go into more detail, okay, you can actually go to Amazon, okay, Amazon.com. You can search for the book's name, The Prince of Yen, same name, exactly the same name. You're gonna have the books, okay, that written by Professor Richard Werner, okay, Professor Richard Werner. The book is exactly the same name, Prince of Yen. Okay, you can buy the books, or maybe you can check on the library in your university. You maybe can lend it. Okay, it's maybe have in the library, or you can try to find on Google. I believe that you can find a PDF file of the books easily. Okay, so then let's talk. Okay, Prince of Yen. Okay, Prince of Yen. Can you see it? Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Okay, so for the book Prince of yen. Okay, Prince of Yen. Okay, the name of the documentary, the name of the book itself, Prince of Yen. Prince. Okay, this one they use the word Prince with S. Okay, so this one refers to the governor of the Bank of Japan. Okay, refer to the governor of Bank of Japan, BOJ. Okay, BOJ. Okay, Prince have S refer to many governor. Okay, governors of the Bank of Japan. Governor of the Bank of Japan. Bank of Japan, BOJ, is a central bank. Okay, central bank of any country. Okay, is the one, the organization, the public organization that can control the money for the whole economy. So normally the central bank gonna use monetary policy. Okay, monetary policy. Monetary policy is a power to control the number of money in the economy. Since you can control the number of money in the economy, okay, you can control interest rate and you can control inflation, and also you have power over economic growth. Okay, so in this case, Prince of Yen is mean, okay, the governor of the Bank of Japan. Many people, okay, I mean one governor, okay, control Bank of Japan for 4 to 5 years, okay, and then after that they change the governor, so they have many governors in the last 30 years, okay, to control the Bank of Japan. And this governor, okay, have the power to control the money, have the power to control also the currency of Japan. That is going to be in yen, Japanese yen. So as the name says, Prince of Yen is the one, the man, okay, the one that can control the Japanese economy and control the Japanese yen. Okay, so this one refers to that. Okay, in US, okay, in US also have the central bank. Central bank in US we using the word Fed. Okay, Fed or Federal Reserve. Okay, Fed or Federal Reserve. Okay, and the one who control Fed in USA today. Okay, in Japan they use the word governor, but in USA they use the word chair of. Okay, they use the word chair of the Federal Reserve. Chair of Federal Reserve. And today, okay, the one that control Fed in USA is Jerome Powell. Okay, Jerome Powell. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so then this documentary is talk about, okay, it's talk about the power of the central bank, how central bank can do to achieve the economic growth. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay. Okay, the documentary starting with the video, the picture, the video clips about World War II. Okay, and as you know, Japan lose World War II. Okay, after World War II, let's say August 30, 1945. Okay, Japanese lose World War II. Everything in Japan burns down to the floor. Okay, nothing left in Japan. A lot of bombing everywhere. And then after that, okay, after World War II, okay, after World War II, all the banking system in Japan, all the bank, commercial bank, going bankrupt. Okay, all the banks going bankrupt. Why they are all going bankrupt? Okay, because during the war, okay, many company in Japan, big company, let's say Mitsubishi, for example, okay, borrow a lot of money from the banks, okay, and then invest in the factory to producing a lot of weapon. Okay, producing a lot of weapons. For example, the case of Mitsubishi, very big company, producing a lot of fighter jet named Zero. Okay, so then after the war, all of this factory, all of this wartime factory was burned down by bombs. Okay, so then you can guess that many big company in Japan lose all the factory, lose all the asset. When they lose all the asset, the money that they borrow from the banks become, you know, they cannot have performance, they cannot have the ability to pay back that debt. Okay, they cannot pay back their debt. So then, what happened is all the assets that the bank hold in their hands become bad, turn bad. Okay, so then many of the factory, many of the company, okay, that borrow the money from the bank and unable to pay back their debt. Okay, so then the bank normally gonna get that asset. Okay, but that asset is really bad because of the land of the factory was destroyed. Okay, so then finally the banking system in Japan went bankrupt. Okay, so then how to solve this problem? Okay, how to solve this problem? Okay, so then the bank get bankrupt. Okay, so then if the country want to be recovered from the war, how to do that? If you want to be recovered from the war, to increasing the standard of living, your country need to start producing the product. Okay, your country need to start producing the service. Okay, in order to recover from the war. You can imagine that after the war, okay, everything burns down. Okay, everything is burned down. No factory, no machine, right? And then we have only human left in the empty land. Okay, so that everyone need to eat, everyone need clothes, everyone need medicine, everyone needs some transportation. So then to recover after the war, okay, the country need to revive the production line. The whole country need to produce something, okay, more, okay, especially consumer goods and service. Okay, how to produce more, how to revive the production, okay, in the country. Of course, okay, most of the company that still, okay, survive in Japan, okay, they need the money, okay, they need the capital, the money, okay. If they get the new money, they can invest that money to build the new factory. They can buy a new machine, they can hire the labor, put into the factory, and then they can produce something. So then after the war, everything is nothing, okay? The only way to help to revive the economy, to recover the economy is we need to put a new money, a fresh money into the economy, okay? So this is how Bank of Japan did after the war, okay? This is how Bank of Japan did after the war. Banking system in Japan went bankrupt because they have a bad asset. Okay, they have a bad asset, and they also have a war bonds. Okay, war bonds. They have a bad asset. Destroy factory, destroy building, empty land. Okay, bad asset. And war bonds. War bond is when the government of Japan during the war want to spend more money on anything. Okay, when they need the money, they're gonna issue the bonds. Okay, the bond that was issued, okay, in between the war, we call it war bonds. Okay, so they sell the bonds to the bank, and the bank pay the money to the government, and then the government spend that money to buy the new weapon, to buy the new tank, to build a new ship, to build the fighter jet. Okay, and then bank hold bad asset, and in the same time hold a lot of war bonds. So when the country lose the war, okay, the government, they put all the big officer in the government into the jail, into the court, okay, so then everything become bad. War bonds have no value at all, okay. So how to solve this problem and to push the country to be recovered after the war? The Bank of Japan need to do something, okay. Okay, so this one is BOJ, Bank of Japan. This is a commercial bank. Okay, this is Bank of Japan, and this is a commercial bank. Many commercial banks in the economy. So what Bank of Japan, central bank, okay, did after World War II is they buy back the bad asset. Okay, they buy back the bad asset and the war bonds. Okay, Maybe I zoom out a little bit. Okay, good. Okay. They buy back the bad asset at the war bond from the bank, the commercial bank in the economy. Okay. For example, okay, one bank, one commercial bank in the economy maybe hold a lot of assets from the from one company, maybe the empty land, maybe the how to say broken factory or something like that, okay, which is no value at all, okay. They can sell that bad asset, okay. They can sell the war bond back to the central bank, okay, BOJ, and BOJ, Bank of Japan, gonna pay back fresh money, a new money, okay. They just print out the new money, okay, print out the new money and then pay back, okay, new print money, new printing money, okay. Let's say new money, just new money, okay, in your bank. And then by doing this circular, okay, by doing this circular, many the commercial bank in the economy gonna have the new fresh money in their hand. And what they can do is they can give that money, give a loan, okay, to many industry, okay, loan to many company, okay, to many company. And that company, after they get the money from the bank, they can borrow the money from the bank because the bank give the fresh money as a loan to many company, and that company can start, okay, can start invest that money, building the new factory, buying a new machine, hiring the labor, and start to produce something, okay, and start to produce something, okay. So this is how it works, okay. After World War II, we call this era as, okay, the era of the American occupation. Okay, the American occupation. And during that time after World War II, of course, how they did this one, how the Central Bank of Japan, BOJ, did this one is actually controlled by, okay, this is actually the idea by US, okay, American people. American people taught, okay, American economists taught Japanese, okay, Japanese economists in the Central Bank to do this, okay, to did this, okay, to did this, okay. Because during that time, the governor of Bank of Japan, okay, controlled by US, okay. And then not only that, okay, not only that, they also doing more, okay. In the era of American occupation, okay, what they did is, okay, they do the redistribution. Okay, redistribution the land, okay, redistribution the land from big landlord, okay, to small farmer, okay. Not only give fresh money into the economy, okay, Japanese economy under the control of US, they also try to redistribution the land, okay, take the land from the big and very rich landlord and give it to small farmer, okay. And then not only that, okay, they also, okay, banned, okay, banned the capital list, okay, elite, called Saibasu, okay, Saibasu, the capitalist elite, okay, big company, big power guy, okay, the people that have a lot of money, that producing many of the war times weapon, okay, they call Saibasu. They all out there, they was all banned, okay, they were all bans, okay. And then, okay, this is what happened, okay, during the American occupation, okay, they tried to transform the Japanese economy to be recovered after the war, okay, help them, okay, and then after that, okay, around around 1955, okay, around 1955, Americans start to fade out, okay, Americans start to fade out, okay, start to, okay, let the Japanese, okay, control themselves, okay, start to let the Japanese government, okay, manage their country by themselves, okay, so Americans start to fade out, okay, and okay, during this time, okay, 1955, Japanese government, okay, start to do their own economic model, okay, we call it, okay, as a war economy system, okay, a war economy system. What does it mean by a war economy system? Japanese use the same system as they did during the World War II. They're gonna pick up the industry that they want to support, and they're gonna give a lot of loans, a lot of money to them to develop their industry, okay, become more power, okay, can produce a lot of things. But instead of produce the weapon or wartime product, okay, they change it to producing consumer goods, okay. So for example, during the war, Japanese government, okay, give a lot of money as a loan to the company like Mitsubishi, the company like Kawasaki, okay, for example, okay, and Mitsubishi can producing a lot of fighter jet plane, okay. Kawasaki on the other hand producing a lot of very big ship, okay, submarines for example, okay. So this is we call wartime economy. So the government gonna choose which company gonna get the money, which industry gonna get the money. However, after the war, they still use the same system, but changing from producing a war machine into the consumer product. For example, Mitsubishi, same company, okay, Mitsubishi, same company, okay, changing from producing a fighter jet, okay, to after the war producing what? TV, no, TV, air conditioning, okay, for example, producing refrigerator, okay, producing consumer goods, okay. So this is what we call a wartime economy system. The Japanese bring it back, okay, after the war, but just to produce consumer product. And who have the power, okay, to stimulate the economy? The one that have the power is, okay, Ministry of Finance. Okay, or I'm gonna use MOF. Okay. Okay, Ministry of Finance have all the power to control the economy, okay, in Japan. And I have to note that during that time, okay, BOJ, Bank of Japan, Central Bank, is actually under Ministry of Finance, okay, BOJ, Central Bank, Bank of Japan is under Ministry of Finance. It's totally different from US. In US, the government in Washington DC, okay, and Federal Reserve, the Central Bank of USA, are totally independent from each other. Okay, government cannot control Fed or Central Bank, and Central Bank or Fed cannot control the government. But in Japan, after the war, okay, the government has all 100% of the power to control the whole economy. Even the Bank of Japan, even the Central Bank are under the Ministry of Finance. If the Ministry of Finance asks the Bank of Japan to do anything, Bank of Japan have to follow them. Okay. And then, okay, because Ministry of Finance can control Bank of Japan, so it means that Ministry of Finance can control the monetary policy. Okay, can control the monetary policy. Can create more money or destroy the money. Okay, they can do it. Okay. So then the policy that they did, okay, during that time, 1957, okay, the policy that they use is what we call a window, okay, guidance. This one is very important, the window guidance. Okay, this is the policy that they use, okay, to boost the economy of Japan after World War II. Can you see it? Okay, good. Okay. This one, what is the meaning of window guidance? Okay, this is a process, okay, by which, okay, a central bank good impose credit growth, okay, and allocation quota on commercial bank. Okay, so the window guidance is a process by which a central bank, okay, impose a credit growth and allocation quota on commercial bank. Okay, it means that the central bank have the power to tell the commercial bank how much money they can give a loan to the company. Okay, this is about credit creation. Okay, this is about credit creation. The central bank can tell the commercial bank how much money they can give a loan to the company in the economy. Okay, so then, okay, this one we can call this one as credit allocation. Okay, or credit control. Okay, credit allocation or credit control. Why credit is very important to the economy? Why central bank, okay, want to control credit, want to give more credit, let's say, okay? Because the more credit you have, I mean, if you are the company, you can think about a company like Tesla, for example. Tesla, okay, Elon Musk have the idea to build an EV car. They have the idea to build the car that using only electricity, okay? And then if you want to produce an EV car, if you want to produce something, what you need is a money, okay? Is the money, okay? How are you gonna get the money, okay? In USA, if you have a new idea, you want to get the money, you can do some startup company, or you can raise the money in stock market, or you can borrow the money from the bank. In Japan, during that time, if you want the money, you need to borrow the money from the bank, okay? And the central bank control how much money each commercial bank can give a loan to the company. So it means that if the Japanese company during that time get a lot of credit, get a lot of money, can borrow a lot of money, they can invest that money to build a factory, to build a machine, and then can produce a lot of things. Sell it in Japan and sell it to the rest of the world. So credit is very, very important. Okay? So this one, window guidance is the policy of the central bank to control the credit in the economy. Okay? So then, okay, not only that, okay, BOJ, okay, BOJ, Bank of Japan, not only control how much money the commercial bank can give a loan to the company, Bank of Japan also can control which company, which industry gonna get a lot of money. I mean a lot of credit, a lot of loan. Which industry gonna get a small money, which industry gonna get a big money, okay? Bank of Japan have the power to choose, okay? So they can choose which sector gonna get a lot of money, gonna get big credit? Which sector, okay, gonna get small credit? Okay, they can control. Bank of Japan can say which industry, which sector gonna get a lot of money, a lot of credit, big credit. Which sector gonna get a small credit? For example, after World War II, okay, after World War II, Japan focusing on cars industry. Okay, Japan focusing on car industry. So during that time, Bank of Japan say that, okay, if you want to build a car, okay, you can borrow a lot of money from me, okay, if you want to build a car. So then after World War II, they have many cars company, okay, in Japan. Like what? Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Nissan, Mitsubishi, okay. We have a lot of, they have a lot of car company in Japan because cars industry is a focus sector, okay, it's a sector that they are focused and they're going to give a lot of money, a lot of credit to that company. What else? Trains, okay, trains, Hitachi, okay, the train company like Hitachi, for example, producing high-speed train, okay. As you know, Japan is a very famous about the train. They can produce subway train, they can produce low-speed train, they can produce middle-speed train, and they can produce high-speed train like a Shinkansen. Why they can build that in such a short time? Because this company, this train company, get a lot of support from the bank. Okay, get a lot of support from the bank. The bank gives them a lot of money as a loan, so that they can spend that money to do a research and development, R&D, okay, to develop the technology until they can produce a lot of train. Okay, and train is everywhere in Japan. Okay, so Bank of Japan have the power to choose which sector gonna get a big credit, which sector gonna get a small credit. So during after World War II, during that time, cars industry, of course, they help a lot. Train, of course, they help a lot. What else? Electronic goods like a TV, okay, video player, video games, okay, watch, okay. The company like Sony, the company like Toshiba, the company like Panasonic, for example, okay, get a lot of support. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the way they do, the way they give a credit to the company, the way they choose, okay, the way they choose which sector they're gonna get a lot of money, get a lot of credit. We call it as a war economy system. Okay, a war economy system. Everything are planned and chosen by central bank and government, of course, because government controls central bank. Okay, this is totally different from Americans' economic system. Okay, because for example in USA, the government, okay, let's say Washington DC, have no power to control the economy. I mean, have no power to choose which company gonna get a lot of money, which industry gonna get a lot of money. They don't have power. They don't have that power. So in USA, the economy of USA, the system is a free market. Everything depends on demand and supply. Okay, if your industry have a lot of demands, you can sell a lot of things, and then you got a lot of money, you can invest that money. Okay, so in USA is a free market. Everything depends on the market. Everything depends on demand, supply. But in Japan during that time, it's a war economy system. Everything are planned. Okay, everything are planned and chosen by the government and the Bank of Japan. Okay. So they're using this system, okay, window guidance, and pick up the focus industry that they want to support. Okay, after 1950, during the decade of 1950, everything is going to be very good. Okay, big company get a lot of support, get a lot of credit, borrow a lot of money, invest heavily in their factory, in their production line. Okay, and then just after 10 to 12 years, okay, just after 10 years, Japanese economy, they can producing a lot. They can producing a lot. After the war, they recover. Okay, they can producing a lot. So then So then during 1955, okay, Japan economic growth, Japan economy growth 17%. In only 1 year, 1959, in only 1 year, 1959, where Japan economy increasing, growing 17%, two-digit number, 17%. This is very, very insane number, very high number. Okay, so this is proof that the economy system is work very well. Okay, so because of Japan can producing a lot. Okay, economy growing a lot, and then their country failed, increasing, okay, standard of living, value of the country start to be increased a lot, and also standard of living increasing. Japanese people are happy. Okay, Japanese people are very, very happy. Okay. Again, everything here comes from creating new money, creating more credit from window guidance policy. Okay. Big company, many companies can borrow a lot of money, investing in their factory, buying a new machine, hire more labor, and then they can produce more product. When they can produce more product, Japan economy growing a lot. Okay. And then everyone have money, everyone get more money. When everyone get more money, everyone get more product. Standard of living start to be increased. Japan economy recover, okay, from the war. Okay. So far so good. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you some brief idea about the difference between Japan economy during that time and US economy. Okay, so in Japan, okay, the company get the money from bank. Okay, in USA, the company get the money from stock market. Okay, the way to raise the capital, the way to raise the money is different between Japan and USA. In USA, if you want more money, you can put your company into the stock market, and then you're gonna get a lot of capital, okay, millions of the dollar, and then you can invest that money into your company. Okay, but in Japan different. Okay, in Japan during that time, the company get the money from the bank. Okay, by borrow. Okay, borrow the money from the bank. Okay, so since the way they raise the money is different, okay, the purpose of doing business is different too. In USA, the money come from stock market, so then the company gonna care about stockholder. Okay, they're gonna care about stockholder. Okay, because they sell the stock in the stock market, so they care about stockholder. So in USA, every company, what they want, their target, their goal is to make a lot of profit. Okay, profit is the key. Profit is the key to do the business in USA, because their company is in the stock market, so they want to make the stockholder to be very happy. To make stockholder to be very happy, the company need to make a lot of profit, because more profit, okay, more profit means, okay, the stockholder gonna get a lot of money back. Okay. However, in Japan, different. Okay, Japan, the company in Japan get the money from the loans from the bank. Okay, so then what they want is, okay, what they want, the goal of doing business is they want, okay, more market share. Okay. This is the difference between USA and Japan during that time. Okay, American company they want profit, but Japanese company they want the market share. They want to sell a lot. Okay, they want to they want to maximum the sale volume. Okay, want the market share. And then many companies thinking the same way. They want more market share because more market share means more ability to borrow more the money from the bank. Okay, this is the point. Okay, so then they created access competition. Okay, so after that, during that time, they have the asset competition. Okay, many companies fighting each other to get more market share until many companies get bankrupt. Okay, until many companies get bankrupt. So then they start to, okay, so many companies get bankrupt. So then after that, they started thinking that if they want to survive, they need to team up together. So then after that, they created some cartel. Okay, in the end, they creating the cartel, team it up, okay, to survive together. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and then. Okay. Even though for the domestic market in Japan, the competitive is very high. However, on international market, okay, the story is totally different. Okay. Okay, for the international market, it's totally different. Japanese company, okay, become a dominance, okay, on the world economy, on the world market, international market. Why? Why Japan company become a dominance? Okay, why? Because Japan company during that time got a lot of support from the government and the Bank of Japan. They got a lot of money as a loan. They can invest that money in many new technology, many new factory, many machine. So that you can imagine that during that time, everything that comes from Japan, the product that made in Japan is very, very, how to say, high technology, okay? New product, high technology, and the price is low, okay? The price is low, cheap, okay? So since that product is good and the price is low, then you can imagine that they can export to the rest of the world. Okay, so Japan export to the rest of the world. Okay, so then export become exporter. Japan become exporter country. Okay, become exporter country. Nobody can compete with Japan company. Okay. So after that, during that time, okay, everyone in the world, okay, want to buy Japanese product. Toyota sell the car around the world. Honda sell the car around the world. Motorcycle from Honda, motorcycle from Yamaha, motorcycle from Kawasaki sell around the world. TV, if you want to watch TV, you have to buy TV from Sony, Panasonic, for example. Okay. If you want to buy refrigerator, microwave, you think about Japanese company. Okay, so Japanese company become a dominant on the world market, export the product to the rest of the world. Because they can become dominant because they get a lot of support, especially from the credit. Okay, from the credit that the bank give it to the company. Okay, so then they become dominant, and Japan become exporter country. So you can imagine that the more they export, the more money they earn. Okay, the more they export, the more money they earn. The wealth in Japan become increasing. People have job, people have money, people have wealth, people enjoy a variety of the product available in the market, and then Japan become, okay, second largest economy in the world. Okay, just only 10 to 15 years, okay, Japan become second largest economy in the world, just behind USA, even though they lose the war. You see that? Even though they lose the war, okay, and then, okay, all of this, okay, all of this because of they have, okay, all of this because of they have control economy, okay, because they have a war economy system, okay, changing from weapon to consumer product. Okay, so, okay, control economy, war economy system, changing from producing weapon, okay, or the wartime machine into consumer product. All of this come from window guidance. Okay, credit creation. Okay, credit creation, window guidance. So this is, okay, the way the central bank of Japan, the way the government of Japan, Ministry of Finance, try to push the economy recover, growing up after the war, and Japan become the second largest economy in the world. Okay, and become the exporter country. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here first. This is the first part of today's clips. Okay. Let me have some break and then we're gonna come back later, okay? I'm gonna stop here.